Hey guys, back for the $half portion of this. So this is the main thing that I've always been really into, the $half. So uh, the main thing you'll find, just like the dimes and quarters, everything but the Barber, and really for coin shops, you see it on eBay more. In coin shops, for these 65 through 70 are 40% silver. So you don't really see the 40% as much as you see a lot of the 64s are 90% silver, and same with the rest of them are 90%. So there's some shop, I mean, they'll still buy 40%, but same thing as when you're buying it from AppMex or a big shop or wherever, eBay, you're going to be buying them for basically spot. And when you sell them, they're going to be calculating it based on spot, and then under that, as far as selling 40%. So when I go into a shop, normally they're selling Walking Liberty, Franklin, and the 1964 Kennedys. So again, this roll over here is actually a B roll, really really pretty Kennedys. If I see those in the bin, and like I said, this is for junk silver prices. So if I see those, a nice BU 64, then yeah, I'll get them, because the if they're real pretty and not circulated, again, you can get a higher premium ultimately for a sellback price when the time comes. And Franklin's, it's kind of a similar thing as some of the other ones. It's as far as the dimes and stuff like that, like with Roosevelt's, there's no real rare dates or anything that's super rare and valuable. And the only thing good about them, though, is if you do see a Franklin, it goes to 63, from 48 to 63, they're all silver. So once you see a Franklin, unlike the Kennedy, you have to look and see if it's 90%, is it 40%, is it just clad? And so I think that's what turns some people off to dealing with them. But so generally, I try to go for the Walking Liberties. Again, because if I have a choice between these three, and it's going to be the same price to buy, then I'm going to go for the oldest and best condition that I can find. Because again, resell, if you look at coin shops, pawn shops, eBay, AppMex, all those things, a lot of them will sell for a similar price. But if anything's going to have a higher premium, it's going to be BU Kennedys, and it's going to be decent Walking Liberties that aren't like overly worn. So with them, that's why I like to go with the Walking Liberty. I think it's a beautiful design. It's the design that the Silver Eagle is modeled after, so it has to be doing something right. Barbers. This roll I've had Barbers actually I've gotten from coin shops who just happen to have Barbers inside the $half bin. So if an opportunity ever comes up and you see Barbers, obviously gravitate towards those and buy them, because again, where say I get these for $11 face, to find these for 13 or 14 face and in like decent shape, where these are decent, they're not overly worn, it's a lot harder to do. And but I've noticed too that a lot of the shops, if you go to places that are in really nice buildings and nice areas of town, I think they have more overhead, and therefore they charge a lot more. I've went maybe a mile from the other shop, and you go into a worse part of town. I'll say worse, just more developed. Not a lot of touristy kind of stuff or traffic coming through. So the stuff they get in is a little bit more. They're just kind of looking at the silver content, and that's honestly where I found some of the better Walking Liberties, Barbers, and stuff like that. So again, $half is a lot of options. 40%. Like this roll here, I actually got this roll from Coin Roll Hunting over the course of 5 or 6 months, and you can find some that way. I may do a video about it. I know a lot of people kind of go on and edit it down so it's like looks like it's just magical and you'll get all these silver, half dollars. But man, I mean, I think I looked through. I haven't found a silver in the last 9 or 10 boxes that I've looked through, $500 boxes. So it's certainly not. But every area. I'm in South Texas, so maybe it's different somewhere else. But anyway, as far as CoinShop, eBay, and again, even eBay, BU 64s, go for, if these are selling for 130, BU will sell for 150, 160. Walking Liberties will sell maybe for $5 more a roll. Barbers will obviously sell for 140 or 140 to 160 actually. And the main thing is just find a deal. If you can get eBay bucks, or if you can find just somebody that's selling stuff off quick. But I know as far as coin shops go, you almost never see barbers. Never say never though, because this roll right here is I found in a couple shops, but they will put 64 BUs and they'll put those out in a regular bin just because they're not going to sit there and want to mess with, oh well, I can charge $7.50 instead of $6 for this coin, so I'm going to take up real estate in my shop to sell it. So they're just looking to get rid of it. Whereas if you were selling it online or to something else, you'll be able to sell it for a lot more and be able to kind of deal with it, the hassle of it, just for the little bit extra. So, and and then this is the last of the coins before you get into the big dollars. So that's why I like half dollars, because you can, they're large increments of coins, and I don't know, you can just, it's easy to stack. It's in good numbers. About a third of an ounce of silver in each one. And I like that there's diversity. You go and look at different shops. I mean, these are 4 different types, 5 really if you're counting the 40 percenters. And, and they're all real valuable. And another thing I wanted to say too is, like with half dollars, generally speaking, as opposed to the dimes and the quarters, there's way less half dollars produced than there is dimes or quarters. Even today, I mean, with the new Kennedys and stuff, whether you're talking clad or silver, there's far more of the other ones made than half dollars. And that, through the course of time, with these, these being the biggest you can get at a junk silver price before you jump up to the premiums on that. And that's why where, you can kind of get better deals on silver dollars on eBay, because some people don't worry as much about the premium over the silver spot. Half dollars, there's not as much wiggle room because they don't really sell for that much over the silver spot anyway, unless there's something more special, good condition BU, or they're, some nice dates of Walking Liberty or whatever. So that's kind of where with these, a coin shop paying in cash in person, that's, like I just went recently, and eBay